Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, making some really good trades, and yep, let's just get into it. A little bit of a late night video today as I came home very late from work today, unfortunately, but you know, that's the way she goes. And let's just take a look at our trades right now. So congrats to the gold members inside my Discord. You guys are in some very nice trades. Again, this Bitcoin trade is up over 600 USDT right now. We entered in right here at the lows. Again, placing that call out in real time. You guys can take a look right here for the Discord members. You guys actually caught that trade right here for Bitcoin. Right there, everyone's very happy, obviously, as we just tagged the bottom and we reversed all the way up now. And actually, unfortunately, this one I actually was in the train, and I guess the order did not go through in time, but overall, you know, I put in a very small amount and I'm up over 81% on this trade right now. So I'll keep you guys up to date on how that's gonna go, but overall doing very well. So congrats once again to my very loyal subscribers. Let's keep on going here. Again, there are free trades inside the Discord. I've started posting them. You guys can actually go ahead and join the free Discord if you want, but if you want to get access to those awesome trades, feel free to become a gold member. All right, let's keep going here. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Again, we did break down from this trend right here. It did not hold as support, and we actually came back and retested it as resistance. Actually, I should bring this down just a tiny little bit like this. There you go. And we actually came... wow, why is my trend line like that? I'm on the logarithmic group? No, I'm not on the log scale. Why is it all messed up? Anyways, we broke down. We came back up, retested as resistance, and came all the way back down to the lows, right around 23,600, 23,500. And that's when I started to see that the S&P was starting to slow down its descent. We were bouncing off the 50-day moving average, and we ended up closing the day on a doji. And then right after that, we could see that Bitcoin actually had a very nice reversal and pumped up with Nvidia earnings doing a little bit better with good guidance. We saw that Nvidia was up over 8% after the close. So you guys will probably see tomorrow Nvidia is going to be up 8% from where it was currently closing at, right around 207. So you might even get a gap filled by it right around 235. So we're going to have to see how that plays out tomorrow. But for the time being, Bitcoin got a very nice rally. We are into some very nice profits. I'll keep you guys up to date if I'm going to take profits on them, but for the time being, I'm going to hold on to my gains. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin and how we actually caught this trade. We can see that wave trend actually had a very nice green cross here. And again, if you guys want to purchase this indicator, the link is inside the description. Wave trend gives you very great signals before the move happens. And right here, you can see you got a big sell signal before that dump, and we caught that short on the Bitcoin dump. And then we caught this pump before Bitcoin ended up going back up here. So again, a lot of this has to, you know, you do have to put a little bit more input in yourself. You kind of have to identify what kind of trend we are in, and if you can identify that, then you can do pretty well. But right now we are getting some pretty bearish signs right here. We're getting some red X's on the daily time frame, potential reversals. So let's just keep an eye on that as well. But for the time being, you know, I'm going to hold on to my trade here on Bitcoin, as I could potentially see us I could see us pumping back potentially to 25,000 here. We kind of formed a bit of a W here, if you want to call it that. If you don't count this part right here, then yeah, we did form a bit of a W. And if we come back to that resistance, it's going to be 25,000. And if we end up breaking it, the sky is the limit for Bitcoin. I'm just kidding. Obviously, the sky is the limit, but we could see some very nice levels right around 26,600 or even 28,700. So let's see what Bitcoin is going to do. If we do end up breaking down and the S&P can't hold this as support, we start to roll over, then you're going to want to take a look at some lower targets for Bitcoin, which would be, for me, a major level would probably be right around 21,500. You do have some smaller levels here around 22,500 where we were chopping sideways into a range. But again, that may not hold as strong as these major supports there. And then a major level would be 18,300 and 19,500 for me. All right, let's keep going. Let's take a look at the S&P. Again, S&P today, getting a bit of a down day during the beginning of the day, and then we slightly recovered during the FOMC meeting, and then we dumped back down, and then we kind of ended up flat on the day. As you guys can see, the S&P closed basically minus 0.16%, but overall a very volatile day. Let's take a look at what the Nasdaq did. I think something very similar. We actually ended up holding this level of support here. I'm actually curious to see if the Russell held this level of support. Doesn't look like the Russell held, and we closed underneath, but we opened up, basically we closed flat on the line, and now we're opening up on the line, and we're actually over this resistance. So I'll see if we can get another pump up in the Russell. Again, this could form a very big bearish divergence. This could go on and on and on for a very long time. The markets can float up higher, but just know that if the Fed keeps their rates at these levels, they are running on borrowed time, right? But for the time being, if things want to be bullish, we're going to trade the charts, and we're going to do what's best, right? We're going to do what's best, and that's exactly what I just said. It's just following the charts and just making your trades accordingly. And so far, it's been working out for us very, very well lately. Let's take a look at natural gas. Again, natural gas, an amazing day in nat gas, pumping up all the way to $2.40, ultimately getting a very big rejection here. So you guys can see that we were chopping sideways into this range for quite a bit of time, right? We're, after this massive drop in nat gas, we consolidated, right? We chopped sideways, and then we came all the way down, and we pumped up to retest this level as resistance. And you know what? This level is now holding as resistance for the time being. We are bouncing off that 20 EMA on the 1 hour. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. Again, the 4 hour getting rejected right at that 50. I believe this is the 50 EMA. Yeah, that's the 50 EMA on the 4 hour time frame. Again, it's been struggling for a very long time to get over that 50 EMA. But when we do close above it, we do get some confirmations that we are going to start moving back towards the upside. Then that's going to be a very bullish indicator for nat gas. Obviously, we had that big flush down, and again, what you guys want to take a look at is KOLD, right? The inverse of natural gas. And you can see, look at this massive blow off top. We kind of got these big gap ups, right? 1, 2, 3, boom, 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 and then you just kept going and going and going. Can nat gas go lower? It could technically, right? I'm actually looking at this level that GG in our Discord pointed out, that we could potentially hit 92 on KOLD, which would mean an increase of over 26%, which would roughly give us a drop of 13% in natural gas. So if we drop 13% from the current levels that we are at, it would maybe bring us right around $1.90 to $2 flat. So actually that could be a very nice level, and again a very big psychological level as well. So if we do end up dumping down to these levels here, I will keep adding to my position on natural gas, because I believe that this commodity is just getting ready for a rip back up towards the upside. I know the fundamentals, everyone keeps telling me, oh, the fundamentals, so bearish. I don't give a fuck. I'm looking at the charts. I'm looking at what the charts are telling me, and if the charts look bullish to me, if an asset is oversold, then that's what I'm going to do. And again, natural gas is not going anywhere. For everyone that's thinking natural gas is going to disappear in 2 years, it is very much needed in manufacturing, home heating across the world. Again, we had a very warm winter, but it's here to stay. Let's keep going here. Let's take a look at oil. Oil getting a very big down day today, dropping as low as $73.60, and we actually closed below $75 now. And if we keep coming down here, your next level of support is going to be $72.88. But if that level does not hold and we keep pushing down, then you can expect some lower targets right around $70. And if that doesn't hold, then I think you're going to be dropping back down to $65. We can take a look at our Exxon short today, doing quite well. Again, Exxon dropping down now. I was actually tagging, I believe this is the 100-day moving average. Yep, it was tagging the 100-day. And if you don't hold this level, then you got your next level of support right at 105.63. And if that doesn't hold, then you're going to be headed down to $100 basically flat for Exxon. And again, that's going to be your 200-day moving average. And you can see that we actually held very well once we bounced here On Exxon, we actually bounced up over 36% in one big move here on ExxonMobil. So again, Exxon is a very strong stock here, but overall you still got this very big bearish divergence on the weekly time frame. Nothing to shrug your shoulders at. Let's take a look at O'Reilly. We actually closed a trade the other day on O'Reilly. It actually ended up dropping down a bit more here. It was down over 3%, so that's pretty nice to see. But again, I took my profits pretty quickly. That was pretty quick trade for me. I was trying to get in and out of the markets, but again, tagging the top on O'Reilly was very nice as well. I might, if it starts to flow back up and the market start to flow back up tomorrow, I might get into a short position just on a swing trade. So I'll keep you guys up to date on that if I do end up doing a swing trade on O'Reilly. Let's take a look at the DXY. Again, the DXY pumping back up towards the upside today. And again, you guys can take a look at the bond yields. Had a bit of a down day today, but you know, overall, I think that if we're confirming above this level here, because we actually closed above this level and now we opened a red candle and we're holding it as support. To me, this looks very bullish for bond yields. If the 10-year bond yield keeps going towards the upside, then that'll be very bearish for the equities. Let's take a look at the 1 year. Again, 1 year making new all-time highs. It's kind of funny to look at this chart every single day. We're kind of just floating up higher and higher and higher on the 1 year. So that's pretty crazy. And again, something to remind you guys, actually, let's take a look at something I've been wanting to talk to you guys about. Let's take a look at the S&P and the TLT, because when the S&P does drop, when the TLT does drop, which is the 20-year Treasury bond ETF, you actually see that the markets are usually followed by. Actually, why is my chart like this? Everything's kind of messed up here. Okay, whatever. I'll just bring everything down. Nothing really moved that much, anyways. But overall, I'm just gonna keep talking here. Once you see that the TLT is dropping and it's dropping and it keeps dropping and keeps dropping, and you see that the markets are diverging and floating up and floating up and floating up, or just chopping sideways, eventually the equities will correct and start to follow the TLT. You can see here when the TLT started dropping and dropping and dropping, the markets kept rising and rising and rising, delusion and delusion and delusion, euphoria, 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 and then reality comes back to the markets, it grips them, and then it corrects immediately. And right now we can see that the S&P did correct, right? But does it mean we can't get a bounce day tomorrow? But overall, you're going to get some major support right around 3,900 on the S&P. And if that doesn't hold, you got this big blue trend line to take a look at. And if that doesn't hold, then oh boy, you might start to look at some lower targets that may potentially 3,100, 3,600, or even 3,400 if it's a full market breakdown. Alright, I think that's enough for today. Thanks for listening, guys. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate the support. If you want to make great trades like this and you want to catch them in real time, feel free to become a gold member and subscribe. Love you guys. Peace.